You have followed the lesson. You have analyzed the 7 years. You have documented the financial abuse, the triangulation, the constant, suffocating gaslighting. You have, by all metrics, survived. And yet, you are here, in the dark. The work is undone. The calls are unanswered. The discipline has evaporated. And a thought, a cold and quiet thought, has entered your mind. I wish I could end it. You believe this is your thought. You believe this is your failure. You believe this is your weakness. You who have survived the unsurvivable now believe you are a coward because the war is not over. You are a fool. You have mistaken the nature of your enemy. You believed the enemy was her. The enemy was never her. She was merely the carrier. The enemy is the void she carries, the abyss of her own narcissism. And you stared into it for 7 years. There was a philosopher, a man who, like you, understood the profound and terrifying nature of the human mind. Friedrich Nietzsche. He was not a stoic. He did not preach detachment. He preached confrontation. And he gave us a warning. A warning you have ignored at your peril. He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. You gazed into her abyss for 7 years. You documented its every contour. You mapped its every shadow. And now that you are finally alone, you are shocked to find that it gazed back. You are surprised that a piece of it followed you home, that it infected you. This desire for oblivion is not your depression. It is a psychological contamination. It is the logical, parasitic echo of her own internal world. The narcissist is a creature of profound, unimaginable emptiness, a black hole. They do not create, they do not build, they consume. They consume your light, your empathy, your money, your future, and when that is gone, they must, by their very nature, consume your life. When she discarded you, she did not simply leave. She planted a Horcrux. She left a piece of her own void inside you, like a parasitic egg, and for months you have been feeding it. You call it the eternal tormentor, a fitting name. It is the part of her that needs you to fail. Listen to its voice. It is not your voice. It whispers that you are nothing. It whispers that you are nobody. It tells you that your knowledge is a bit of this, a scoop of that, a wasted lifetime. It isolates you. It commands you to decline the calls from those who love you. It thrives on your depression. It feeds on your self-destruction. It wants you to lose the money, the respect, the very life you have clawed back from the brink. And why? Because if you survive, if you thrive, if you build your academy, find new love, and reclaim your power, you prove that her gaslighting was a lie. You prove that you are not the inferior choice. You prove that she was, and is, a hollow fraud. A survivor who thrives is the one thing the narcissist's narrative cannot tolerate. This internal tormentor is not trying to kill you. It is her ghost, desperately trying to protect her legacy of ruin. It is the abyss, gazing back and commanding you to jump. And you stand on the precipice, and you say, I wish I could end it. And then you say something else, but I can't. You believe this is your final failure, that you are too weak even to choose oblivion. This is the most critical diagnostic error you have ever made. Your inability to end it is not your weakness. It is not cowardice. It is the last, stubborn, unkillable ember of your true self, refusing to be extinguished. It is the real potion master, the real directors. It is the one part of you that knows you are not done. It is the one part of you that knows this tormentor is a liar. So now, we turn back to our philosopher Nietzsche. He gave us the diagnosis, the abyss, but he also gave us the prescription. He, too, knew profound suffering, illness, isolation, madness. And from that forge, he created his most powerful concept. Not what does not kill me makes me stronger. That is the beginner's lessons. The master's lesson is amor fati, the love of fate. This does not mean you must like the pain. It does not mean you must forgive your abusers. It is a command far more brutal and powerful. It is the command to will that your suffering happened. To look back on the 7 years of hell, the financial ruin, the smear campaign, this very relapse, this very desire for death, and to say to the universe, yes, again, exactly as it was. Why? Because the man who was forged in that fire is stronger, wiser, and more dangerous than the naive fool who was basking in her false sunlight. The tormentor wants you to see this pain as a punishment. You must choose to see it as fuel. You must choose to see this relapse not as a failure, but as research. You cannot teach the advanced curriculum if you have not passed the advanced exam. We are in the final, agonizing stage of the great work. This is not a relapse. This is the precipitation. The moment the blade is plunged from the fire into the cold water, it screams. It threatens to shatter. But if it holds, it is forged. You are not done. You are becoming. Your tormentor whispers that you are weak because you are sitting in the dark, declining cause. I say that the man who can sit in the dark, stare the abyss in the face, feel the desire for oblivion, and still choose to get up the next morning, that man is the most disciplined man on earth. You survived 7 years of hell. You survived the financial ruin. You survived the smear campaign. You are surviving this. That is not weakness. That is a terrifying, monstrous endurance. That is the only discipline that matters. So, here's your new assignment. You will sit in this pain. You will not run from it. You will analyze your tormentor, her ghost, her horcrux. You will feel the despair. You will feel the urge to end it, and you will choose your attitude. You will will this suffering to have meaning. You will see this as the most advanced, most critical, most necessary lesson in the Dark Academy's history. Your pain is not your legacy. It is your ammunition. Get up, brew your tea, sit down at your computer, and write. Write this. Write this relapse. Write this despair. Write this hell. Transmute your suffering into a lesson so powerful that it saves the next man from this fate. That is your work. That is your purpose. That is your meaning. Your tormentor wants you to die in silence. We will turn your pain into a lecture. We will turn your relapse into retribution. Now load your weapons. Lesson over.